Hello students, welcome to Sri Classes. Lecture number 2, Applications of Trigonometry. Exercise 9.1 we will go through. In my last lecture, there were two example numericals which were left, and I hope you must have completed the same. If not, the last two example sums you are requested to complete, and now we will proceed with exercise 9.1. A circus artist is climbing a 20-meter long rope which is tightly stretched and tied from the top of a vertical pole to the ground. Find the height of the pole if the angle made by the rope with the ground level is 30 degrees. 9.11 figure here. So this is 20-meter rope making an angle of 30 degrees, and this is the pole. We need to find the height of the pole. So hypotenuse into sine 30 is equal to opposite side. So 20 sine 30 equals AB, or AB height of the pole equals 20 sine 30. Sine 30 is half, 20 into half is 10 meters. So AB is 10 meters. Next, a tree breaks due to storm and the broken part bends so that top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degrees with it. The distance between the foot of the tree to the point where the top touches the ground is 8 meter. The distance between foot of the tree to the point where the top touches the ground is 8 meter. Find the height of the tree. We'll solve this on the board now. So this is question number 2. Here we have a ground and there is a tree. Suppose this tree is broken at this point. So this top touches the ground something like this. So this distance is how much now? It is about 9. So about 9. Little bit longer I'll have to show this. Yeah. Now this distance is equal to this distance. So from here to here this is a tree, and this is broken at this point. This is broken at this point, and this top of the tree touches the ground, making an angle of 30 degrees, and the distance between the base of the tree and the top of the tree here after touching, this distance is 8 meter. Now we need to find out the height of the tree. So let AB be the height of the tree. This will be a C and this is a point D. So let this be x distance and this be y distance. So x plus y gives you, this is also x here. BC is x, therefore this also is x and this is y. So x plus y gives you the total height of the tree. So how do you calculate this x? One side we know in right triangle, therefore I can calculate this one. So tan 30 equals y by 8, opposite by adjacent side. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 equals y by 8, implies y equals 8 by root 3 meter. Now let us calculate x here. 8 by x is cos 30. That is cos 30 is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse, and cos 30 is root 3 by 2, implies x equals, x goes this side, 2 into 8 divided by root 3, 16 by root 3 meter. Therefore total height of tree equals x plus y, which is 16 by root 3 plus 8 by root 3, which equals 24 by root 3, which equals 24 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3, which equals 24 root 3 divided by 3. 3 ones are 3 8s are 8 root 3 meter. So what is the answer we are getting? 8 root 3 meter. Let me check the answer here. I think textbook also can be checked, but that is more important than this thing. So answer is 8 root 3 meter. Note down. Third question. A contractor plans to install 2 slides for the children to play in a park. For the children below the age of 5 years, she prefers to have a slide whose top is at a height of 1.5 meter and is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to the ground. So for children below 5 years, the top of the slide is 1.5 meter and it is inclined at 30 degrees to the ground. Whereas for the elder children, she wants to have a steep slide at a height of 3 meter and it is inclined at an angle of 60 degrees to the ground. What should be the length of the slide in each case? Let us solve very quickly on the board. Question number 3. Below 5 years, this is the height of the slide and this is the ground. This is angle 30 degrees. And height of top of the slide is basically not height of the slide, it is the top of the slide from the ground, it is 1.5 meter. For elders, this height is 3 meter because it is made a little steeper. And also the angle made by the slide is 60 degrees. 60 degrees, 3 meter, A, B, C. So, what is the question asked here? The length of the slide is the question asked. Find the length of the slide in each case. In right triangle, if you know one length and one acute angle, you should be able to find all the sides and all the angles. So, AC equals, the relation between this and this is, I'll take sine theta. AC sine theta equals 1.5. So AC sine 30 degrees equals 1.5 meter and therefore AC into half equals 1.5. So AC equals 2 into 1.5 is 3 meter. So AC equals 3 meter. So we get the length L equals 3 meter. And here this is AC sine 60 equals 3 meter. AC sine 60 equals 3 meter. So AC into sine of 60 is root 3 by 2. Root 3 by 2 equals 3. So AC equals 2 into 3, 6 divided by root 3 into root 3 by root 3. So AC equals 6 root 3 by 3. So AC equals 2 root 3 meter. Why did I check directly here? For your information, to make trigonometry quite easy, if this is the hypotenuse, then AC sine 60 equals opposite side, AC cos 60 is equal to adjacent side. That you should remember. For example, if I draw a diagram something like this over here, 90 degree, and this is theta here and this is x here and A, B, C. Okay, in this case x sine theta, this side it is x sine theta and this side it is x cos theta. You should remember that so that T ratios can be taken very quickly. Make a note of this. Angle of elevation of top of a tower from a point on the ground which is 30 meter away from the foot of the tower is 30 degree. Find the height of the tower. Let us solve this on the board. AB is a tower. Point P is 30 meter away from the base of the tower and angle of elevation from point P is 30 degrees. Find the height of the tower is the question here. So tan 30 equals h by 30. Tan 30 equals h by 30. Therefore h equals 30 into tan 30 degrees, which is 30 into tan 30 is 1 by root 3, 1 root 3. So 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, which equals 30 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3, which equals 30 root 3 by 3, which equals 10 root 3 meter or 17 point. If I take root 3 as 1.732, then 17 1.732, if I take 10 into 1.732, which is 17.32 meter. Any one of these answers can be acceptable. Make a note of this one. A kite is flying at a height of 60 meter above the ground. The string attached to the kite is temporarily tied to a point on the ground. The inclination of the string with the ground is 60 degrees. Find the length of the string, assuming that there is no slack in the string. So kite is over here, and from the ground kite is making a 60 degree angle, and it is flying at a height is 60 meters. So we need to find out the length of the string over here. As there is no slackness, the string is straight, and hence we can find the length of the string. Let us solve this on the board. Here, question number 5. This is a kite which is flying at a height of 60 meters above the ground, and this string is stretched and making an angle of 60 degrees with the ground, and we need to find out the length of the string over here. So we know this distance L we need to find out. Therefore, sine 60 degrees equals opposite by hypotenuse, 60 meter divided by L. Therefore, L equals 60 by sine of 60 degrees, which is 60 divided by sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Therefore, L equals 60 into 2 divided by root 3 into root 3 by root 3, which equals 120 into root 3 divided by 3, which is 40. Now 40 root 3 meter should be the answer. Let us check this. Yeah, it is same. So note down the problem. Question number 6. A 1.5 meter tall boy is standing at some distance from a 30 meter tall building. Height of the boy is 1.5 meter, and building height is 30 meter. The angle of elevation from his eyes to the top of the building increases from 30 degrees to 60 degrees as he walks towards the building. Find the distance he walked towards the building. Let's solve this on the board. Here, this is the building here, and height of the building equals 30 meter, and there is a boy here who is standing at this point. His height is 1.5 meter, and the angle of elevation of the top of the building from his eyes over here to here, that is, in order to do that, let me draw a horizontal first. A horizontal, and the angle of elevation is 30 degrees. So from this point, he is at some distance from this point A, and from his eyes, the top of the building angle of elevation is 30 degrees. Now this fellow walks like this. Say somewhere he comes over here. When he sees this top of the building, the angle of elevation will be 60 degrees. So this is his new position. So from here, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. Okay. In this case, we need to find out the distance walked by the boy. Let it be AB here. This is C and D. So AB is the distance walked by the boy. This is, let me mark this as X over here. So A, B, C, D, these points also I'll mark. E, F, G. Then this AB equals EF, BC equals FG, or AC is also equal to EG. That you must know it. So in this triangle DEG, do I know DG? Yes. DG equals, here I'll mark this, DG equals H of height of the building is 30 meter minus 1.5 meter. So DG equals 30 minus 1.5. How much it is? 28.5. 28.5 meter. So in this triangle, I know DG, I can calculate EG. In DFG, I know DG, I can calculate FG. EG minus FG is equal to X. So in triangle DEG, I need to know EG here. I know DG, which is 28.5. I need to know EG. So how do you calculate? DG by EG equals tan 30. Tan 30 degrees DG by EG. DG is 28.5 meter by EG. Okay. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Implies EG equals 28.5 root 3 meter from here to here. In triangle DEFG, tan 60 degrees equals DG by FG. DG is 28.5 meter. FG is as it is. So what is tan 60? Root 3. Implies FG equals 28.5 divided by root 3 meter. This let me convert it into, rationalize the denominator into root 3 by root 3, which is 28.5 root 3 divided by 3. So is it possible here? Yes. This is nothing but FG equals, therefore FG equals 3 ones are 3 9s are 27, 1.5. So this is 9.5 root 3 meter, and therefore distance walked is, yes, X here, which is AB. X equals EG minus FG. EG is here 28.5 root 3 minus 9.5 root 3. 9.5 root 3. So how much is this one? Take root 3 common, into bracket 28.5 minus 9.5, which is root 3, 28.5, 9.5. So 0.91, 19 into 19, which is 19 root 3 meter. Check the answer. So note down. Question number 7th. From a point on the ground, the angles of elevation of bottom and top of the transmission tower fixed at a top of 20-meter high building are 45 degrees and 60 degrees respectively. Find the height of the tower. So this tower, where is that? From a point on the ground, the angles of elevation of bottom and top of a tower, transmission tower. The transmission tower is fixed on the top of a building whose height is 20 meter. And after that one, when we see from a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of bottom and top of the transmission tower are 45 degrees and 60 degrees respectively from the point. So find the height of the tower. Let us solve this on the board. Question number 7. Ground, building of height 20 meter, tower is fixed on the top of the building. So angle of elevation of bottom of the tower is 45 degree, top of the tower is 60 degrees. We need to find out the height of the tower here, x. So let this be x. A, B, C and D. In this triangle, I know 20 meter and 45 degrees. So I can find out AB. So in triangle CAB or ABC I'll put. Tan 30 degrees, tan 45 degrees equals BC divided by AB, which is 20 divided by AB. Tan 45 is 1, so 20 by AB implies AB equals 20 meter. So from here to here it is 20 meter. Now in triangle DAB, in triangle ABD I'll take, that is better, ABD, okay. Tan of 60 degrees is equal to x plus 20 meter divided by 20. Tan 60 is root 3 equals x plus 20 divided by 20. Therefore, x plus 20 equals 20 root 3. X equals 20 root 3 minus 20, which equals 20 into bracket root 3 minus 1. So x equals, directly we are calculating the x here. X equals 20 into bracket root 3 is 1.732 minus 1, which is 20 into 0.732, which equals 2 2s are 4, okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1.46 20.2 1.73. Let me check the answer. 1.46464. No, it is not. Just a moment. So I'll multiply once again. 20 into this 0 1 2 3 1 2 3, yes, which is 14.640 meter. X is equal to, please note down. What is the answer? 14 point. You can make it 20 root 3 minus 20 also, but it can be for, let me check the answer here, how much it is given. X is 14.64 meter. Perfect. Note on the problem. Question number 8. A statue 1.6 meter tall stands on top of the pedestal. That means there is a pedestal on which 1.6 meter statue stands. From a point on the ground, the angle of elevation of top of the statue is 60 degrees, and from the same point the angle of elevation of top of the pedestal or the bottom of the statue, you can say, is 45 degree. Find the height of the pedestal. It was same as the previous case, so you solve yourself, you should be able to get that. What answer you have here? 1.6 meter tall is available, statue height is available for us. So, or let me solve this one on the board. Let us solve this on the board. Question number 8. This is a pedestal on which there is a statue. Height of the statue is 1.5 meter. Let the height of the pedestal be x here. From the point P, when the bottom of the statue is viewed or top of the pedestal is viewed, it is angle of elevation is 45 degree, and that the angle of elevation of top of the statue is 60 degrees. We need to find the height of the pedestal. Find height of the pedestal. X is what we need to find out. So in triangle APC, see in this case, what I will do here is, in both these triangles the common is AP. I will find out AP and equate for AP, so that I should be able to get the value of x. So tan 45 equals, in this triangle, tan 45 equals x divided by AP. Tan 45 is 1, therefore implies 1 equals x by AP, therefore AP equals x. So this AP is equal to x. Keep it. Now consider in triangle APB. In triangle APB, tan 60 equals, tan 60 degrees equals x plus 1.5, x plus 1.5 divided by AP. Tan 60 is root 3. x plus 1.5 divided by AP implies AP equals x plus 1.5 divided by root 3. X plus 1.5 divided by root 3, which is AP. So from these two we can equate AP. So mark this as 1, mark this as 2. So from 1 and 2, AP equals x plus 1.5 by root 3, and therefore I can equate both these equations, that is x equals x plus 1.5 divided by root 3, isn't it? So root 3 times x minus x equals 1.5 meter. So what is x equals? X equals root 3 minus 1, or take common x here, root 3 minus 1 equals 1.5. So x equals 1.5 divided by root 3 minus 1 into root 3 plus 1 by root 3 plus 1, rationalization of the denominator. Therefore x equals 1.5 times root 3 plus 1 divided by root 3 plus 1, root 3 minus 1 is root 3 the whole square, which is 3 minus 1, 2. So x equals, finally we get 1.5 divided by 2, which is 0.75 into 1.732 plus 1, which is 0.75 into 2.732. So how much it works out to be? It is working out to be 0.75 to 2.732, isn't it? How much is this? 0.75 into 2.732, 2.732. About 2.049 meter is what we are getting. Yeah, 2.049. It depends upon, just a moment, 2.049 meter. Now this answer can vary to some extent because the fraction that we take for root 3 makes the difference. If you take 1.73, the answer will be different, whereas 1.732, the answer will be different. What is the answer for the textbook? Maybe it's give me this thing. The answer from the textbook is, they generally this is question number 8, 0.8 times root 3 plus 1. 0.8 means 0.8 times root 3 plus 1 is 15 by 2, 0.75. Therefore rounded it off to 0.8 into bracket root 3 plus 1. But it is always preferable to work out in the form of decimals in order to find the heights of the building or heights of the towers, etc. So approximately we are getting 2.049 meter, and make a note of this one. So I think how many problems we solved now? Question number 8. How many are there totally? There are 16 numericals. First make a note of this one. Question number 9. The angle of elevation of top of the building from foot of the tower is 30 degrees, and angle of elevation of top of the tower from foot of the building is 60 degrees. So if the tower height is 50 meter, find the height of the building is the question. Here angle of elevation of top of the building from foot of the tower and angle of elevation of top of tower from foot of the building, opposite. This is what it is given. We'll solve it on the board. Here this is the diagram. AB is a building and CD is a tower. So I will write this side, it is building, and this is a tower. We need to find out the height of the building here. So in this triangle, 60 degrees given. See here, I will explain this problem. AB is a building, CD is a tower. When we observe top of the tower from base of the building, that is foot of the building, the angle of elevation is 60 degrees. When we observe top of the building from foot of the tower, the angle of elevation is 30 degrees. So these are two opposite situations given. We are observing top of the tower and top of the building from basis of the opposite objects. In this case, H1 is given as 50 meter. We need to find out the height of the building. So in this triangle, 50 meter is known, 60 degree known. So I can calculate AC. In this triangle, if AC is known, I can calculate this, because in any right triangle, if I know one acute angle and one length of the side, then I can calculate length of all the sides and also all the angles. So in triangle ADC, tan of 60 degrees is equal to H by AC, which is equal to 50 by AC. Tan 60 is 1 by root 3, 1 by root 3, 1 root 3. So root 3 it is. 50 by AC implies AC equals 50 by root 3. AC I got it. In triangle ABC, tan 30 degrees, tan of 30 degrees is equal to H2, which is height of the building, divided by AC. And therefore tan 30 is 1 by root 3 equals H2 by AC, implies H2 is equal to AC by root 3, implies AC is how much? 50 by root 3. So 50 by root 3 into 1 by root 3, and therefore height 2, which is the building height, equals 50 by 3, which equals 16.67 meter approximately. I can take 666 and all. So 50 by 3 meter is the answer for height of the building. So make a note of this one. 10th question. Two poles of equal heights are standing opposite to each other on either side of the road. There is a road and there are two poles of same heights which are standing on opposite side of either side of the road. On either side means the poles are lying on opposite sides of the road. If this is a road going, one is here, one is there. That is how. From a point between the road, from a point between them on the road, the angles of elevation of top of the poles are 60 degrees and 30 degrees respectively. Find the height of the poles and the distances of the point from the poles. Let us solve this on the board. Question number 10. I'll read it once again for you. Two poles of equal heights are standing opposite to each other on the side of the road, opposite sides of the road. So what we'll do here is, this is a road here, from here to here, and there are two poles lying of same height. Let one pole be here and let one more pole be here. The height of the poles is same. From one point in between the road, the top of the angle of elevation of top of one of the poles is 60 degrees and another is 30 degrees, like this. So to make it realistic a little bit, I'll extend here because 30 degrees is too sharp here, but anyway I'll just want to little bit extend this. This is the road here. Okay, now how much is this one? And this is 30 degrees. Now you should be able to at least distinguish between 60 degrees and 30 degrees. Okay, this is the situation given. So AB is one pole, CD is another pole. Angle of elevation from the point P, angle of elevation of top of the pole from point P, because P is in between the road, angle of elevation of 60 degrees one side and 30 degrees on the other side. Now the distance between the width of the road is given to us 80 meter width. Yes, width of the road is 80 meter. So from here to here, this distance is 80 meter. Okay, this is 80 meter. Now let this AP be X, and what about PC? If this is 80, if this is X, and PC will be 80 minus X, you can take Y also. Okay, if you take Y, then X plus Y is equal to 80. If you adopt, then you should be able to get the answer. Okay, so what I'll do here, let it be X and this will be 80 minus X. It is preferable to take 80 minus X rather than Y, please remember, because only one variable is there. We should be able to solve it very quickly. Now this is the description here, pole here, and this is also pole. What is the question? Find the height of the poles and the distances of the point from the poles. We have to find the distances of this point from the poles and the height of the pole. Okay, fine. In APB, tan 60 equals, let h be the height of the pole. Both are same poles, same height. Therefore, h by x. Tan 60 is root 3 equals h by x, implies h equals root 3x. Mark it 1. In triangle CPD, APB, CPD, tan 30 degrees is equal to h divided by 80 minus x. Tan 30 is how much? 1 by root 3 equals h by 80 minus x. Therefore, h equals root 80 minus x divided by root 3. This is 2. From these two, equate h equals, you can find x. Is it right? Or if you want directly h over here, height of the pole, this x is equal to h by root 3, that you substitute it here. I hope you are able to understand. There are two equations, two unknowns, you can solve by any method. So I will equate now h equals, this is h equals so and so, h equals so and so. Therefore, root 3x is equal to, from 1 and 2, root 3x equals 80 minus x by root 3. Root 3 into root 3, 3x equals 80 minus x. 4x equals 80, x equals 20 meter. So I got the position of the point from base of the pole AB. X is equal to 20 meter. Position is found out. So what will I write? Find the position of the point is written. No? So what I will write is the point P is at a distance of 20 meter from the base of the pole AB. That is my answer. One answer I got it. But height of the pole we will calculate. H is equal to root 3x here. Now h equals root 3 times x, which is equal to x is 20 root 3 meter. 20 root 3 meter. Therefore, height equals 20 root 3 meter, which is height of the poles, and the distance of the point P is 20 meter from the foot of the or base of the pole AB. That is my answer. Make a note of this. Question number 11. A TV tower stands vertically on the bank of a canal. Figure 9.12. Okay, that's fine. It's given here. A TV tower stands vertically on a bank of a canal. This is a TV tower, and there is a canal. It lies on the bank of the canal. From a point on the other bank, directly opposite to the tower, the angle of elevation of top of the tower is 60 degree. So this is a canal here. So this point C is opposite side of this tower. So from this point C, opposite side of the bank or opposite bank, if you view the top of the tower, angle of elevation of top of the tower is 60 degrees. From another point, 20 meter away from this point, 20 meter away from this existing point, see, from another point is D, which is 20 meter away from this point. Okay, line joining this foot of the tower. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower is 30 degrees. From here, if you observe, the angle of elevation of top of the tower is 30 degrees. All these are in a single straight line. Remember that. Find the height of the tower and the width of the canal. BC is the width of the canal and H can be height of the tower, which is AB. So let us solve this on the board. This is the information given to us. 20 meter is given to us. Already we have solved such kind of problems, but once again I'll take it up. We'll try to solve this. We need to find out the height of the canal over here, not height of the tower and width of the canal. BC and AB need to be found. Let us work it out on the board. Question number 11. This is the diagram here. This is a TV tower of H equals, find the height of the tower and width of the tower. Let H be the height of the tower. We do not know that. and width of the canal is BC is the width of the canal. That means, see here, I'll tell you, this is how the canal is there. I hope you are able to understand. This is one bank, opposite bank. Opposite bank means a dande. So this is one bank and this is opposite bank. TV tower lies on one bank and a person is standing on the other bank, or a point C is on the opposite bank. If you observe the top of the tower, then angle of elevation is 60 degrees. 20 meter away from this point, once again if you observe the top of the tower, the angle of elevation is 30 degrees. In this case, we need to find out the height of the tower, and let this be x here, that is width of the canal. These are the two things we need to find out. Okay, so in triangle ABC, tan 60 is equal to, in triangle ABC, tan 60 equals h by x. In this triangle and in this triangle, common is h, and let us express this distance and this distance in terms of h, equate it, you should be able to get x. So tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 equals h by x. So h equals root 3 times x. Mark it 1. Root 3 times x equals h. In triangle ABD, tan 30 equals, tan 30 degrees is equal to h by 20 plus x. This distance. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3. H by 20 plus x implies h equals 20 plus x divided by root 3. Mark this 2. From 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, what is that from 1 and 2? Root 3x equals, root 3x equals 20 plus x divided by root 3 implies, multiply root 3 into root 3, 3x is equal to 20 plus x. So 2x equals 20, x equals 10. We got x is equal to 10. So the width of the canal is 10 meter. Therefore, width of canal equals 10 meter. One answer, you got it. Let us find height of the tower. Height of the tower is equal to, from here, root 3x. From 1 I'll write, here I'll solve. From 1, h equals root 3x, which is root 3 into 10 meter. 10, which is 10 root 3 meter. So height we got as 10 root 3 meter, final answer, and x is equal to, we got 10 meter. This is the final answer. I hope the answer is, just a moment, let me check it. Question number 11. Question number 11. Yeah, height of the TV tower is 10 root 3 meter and width of the canal is 10 meter. Yeah, please make a note of this. Question number 12. From top of a 7 meter high building, angle of elevation of top of the cable tower is 60 degrees and angle of depression of its foot is 45 degree. Determine the height of the tower. Here one important thing, we are standing on the top of the building which is 7 meter high and observing the top of the cable tower and bottom of the cable, foot of the cable tower. That means tower should be greater than the building. That information should be kept in mind while drawing the diagram. So from top of the building, angle of elevation of top of the tower is 60 degree and angle of depression of the foot of the tower is 45 degree. Determine the height of the tower. Simple question, we solve it on the board. Here I am considering this as a building here and this as a tower. So this is building and this is a tower, this side. Now from what is the height of the building? 7 meter. H1 equals 7 meter. Let H2 be the height of the tower, which we have to find out. Correct? No? Determine the height of the tower. Yes. From this top of the building, we are observing this one. The angle of elevation of top of the cable tower. This is a cable tower. Okay. So angle of elevation of is 60 degrees. The angle of elevation of top of a cable tower is 60 degrees. Here, 60 degrees. And the angle of depression of the foot of the tower, this one. Okay. This is 45 degrees. This is the diagram. We are on the top of the building. Observe top of the cable tower and bottom of the cable tower or foot of the cable tower. So angle of elevation is 60 degrees and angle of depression is 45 degrees. In this case, we need to find out the height of the cable tower. So AB is a building, CD is the height of the tower, and one more point is to be marked here, E I'll mark it. Isn't it? Now how to find out? Can we know this here? AB equals EC. So EC is, where should I write? I hope you can understand, or if there is a confusion here, I'll mark this side. Yeah, this is also 7 meter because AB is 7, so this is also 7. So very simple here, height of the cable tower is equal to EC plus DE. EC we know, 45 degree we know, calculate BE. If you know BE, 60 degrees, you can calculate DE. EC plus DE gives you the total height of the cable tower. Simple. So in triangle BEC, tan 45 degrees equals H2 by BE. Tan 45 is 1. H2 by BE implies BE equals H2, which is equal to 7 meter. So this is 1. So I got BE as 7 meter. In triangle BDE, tan 60 equals DE by BE. So I can calculate DE also. Tan 60 is root 3. Root 3 equals DE by BE. So therefore BE equals root 3 times, or DE is equal to root 3 times BE, which equals root 3 times, what is BE is equal to? H2 is 7 meter from 1, and therefore which is equal to 7 root 3 meter. Now height of the cable tower is equal to H2 equals DE plus EC. What is DE? 7 root 3. Mark this as 2. DE is equal to 7 root 3 plus EC is, where is that EC? EC is 7 meter. BE equals, okay, EC is how much? 7 meter. 7 meter, which is equal to 7 into bracket root 3 plus 1 meter. If you want to calculate this as root 3 is 1.732 plus 1 2.732, 7 into 2.732 also you can mark, but I'll leave it at this stage. So we have calculated height of the tower H2 as 7 times root 3 plus 1 meter. I hope you understand. Make a note of this. Question number 13. As observed from the top of a 75 meter high lighthouse from the sea level, the angles of depressions of two ships are 30 degrees and 45 degrees. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse, find the distance between the two ships. This problem also can be given in the other form. If one ship is exactly behind the other on the same side of the lighthouse is given, sometimes if both the ships are opposite to each other on either side of the lighthouse, in that case calculate the distance between the two ships. So two types of questions can be asked. According to this question, let us solve the problem now. Question number 13. This is a lighthouse. Lighthouse of height h, 75 meter height. H equals 75 meter. There are two ships here. One ship, the center point I am taking, and another ship, the center point I am taking. These two ships are one behind the other. The angle of elevation of both the ship, or the angle of depression of both the ships is what is given here is 30 degree and 45 degree they have given. Now you identify the angle of depression of, that means if you observe from the top here, angle of depressions are 30 degree and 45 degree. Which one is 30 degree, which one is 45 degree angle of depression we need to identify. So the farther ship will make a smaller angle and nearer closer ship will make a larger angle, and therefore this is a horizontal because angle of depression we want. Okay, from here if I observe this ship, the angle of depression is 30 degrees. So yes, this is 30 degrees, and therefore this also will be 30 degrees. Alternate interior angles. Now another ship, when it is observed from top of the lighthouse like this, the angle of depression is 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees, and therefore this also is 45 degrees. In this case, you have been asked to find out the distance between the two ships here. Height of the tower is given. So let me mark here. Let A and B are the two ships. C and D, CD is the lighthouse. The distance between the two ships is AB is X here. Let X be the distance between the two ships. I'll write. Okay, X, I'll write it here. Okay. Simple problem. Height is known to you. In this bigger triangle, calculate AC. In the smaller triangle, calculate BC. Because one side is known, you can calculate AC in the bigger triangle, BC in the smaller triangle. AC minus BC gives the distance between the two ships. So in triangle DAC or ACD, I'll write ACD, tan 30 equals X plus BC, X plus BC, that is AC basically. X plus BC, I'll write X plus BC, tan 30 is just tan 30 is opposite by adjacent, H divided by X plus BC, which is equal to 75 divided by X plus BC. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3 equals 75 divided by X plus BC. Okay, so X plus BC equals 75 root 3. Mark this one. In triangle BCD, you can solve in many ways. Okay, I mean there are a lot of things in many ways you can solve it. Okay, that's okay. Next is in BC we have to find out tan 45 equals H divided by BC. So 1 equals H divided by BC. Therefore BC equals H equals 75 meter. So we got BC as 2 here. So X plus BC equals 75 root 3. So X you can find out the distance between the two ships. Now substituting BC in 1, I get X plus BC equals 75 root 3. Therefore X plus 75 equals 75 root 3, and X equals 75 root 3 minus 75 equals 75 into bracket root 3 minus 1. This should be the answer. The distance between the two ships is 75 into root 3 minus 1. But let me work out a little bit detail. 75, 1.732 minus 0.1. So which is equal to 75 into 0.732. Okay, and therefore x is equal to, here I will work out, x is equal to 75 into 0.732. 75 into 0.732. 75 into 0.732. 54.9 meter. What is the answer given? Question number 13. 75 root 3 minus 1 it is given. Only at this, the textbook has stopped only at this, but I would like to work out a little bit on this one. It's 54.9 meter. 75 into 0.732. 732, which equals 54.9 meter. So this is the answer. But textbook answer is here. It stops the distance between the two steps. I hope you are able to understand. Practice these sums a lot. Okay. So make a note of this. See students, here 75 into root 3 minus 1. So 75 into 1.732 minus, I had written 0.1, I think it is minus 1. Okay. So which is 0.732. So multiply it by 75 by 0.732 to get 54.9 meter. Make a note of this. A 1.2 meter tall girl spots a balloon moving with the wind in a horizontal line at a height of 88.2 meter from the ground. There is a girl here. Height of the girl is 1.2 meter. When she observes the balloon, it is moving horizontally. The height of the balloon from the ground is 88.2 meter. Remember, from the ground, height of the balloon is 88.2 meter and it is moving horizontally like this. The angle of elevation of the balloon from the eyes of the girl at any instant is 60 degree. So in the beginning, when the girl is over here, the angle of elevation of this balloon is 60 degree. After some time, the angle of elevation reduces to 30 degrees, meaning when the balloon moves and comes to this position, after some time, the angle of elevation will be 30 degrees. Earlier 60 degrees, now 30 degrees. Means this balloon has covered from here to here. That is from here to here. This much is the distance covered by the balloon. Find the distance traveled by the balloon during the interval. During that interval, that is from when the angle of elevation changes from 60 to 30 degrees, the balloon moves from here to here the distance. Very simple question. It appears to be quite big. We know from here to here ground is 88.2 meter. Height of the girl is 1.2 meter. 88.2 meter minus 1.2 meter, 87 meter. So from this dotted line, the height of the balloon, this from here to here, it is 87 meter. So from here to here, it is 87 meter. In this triangle, I know height, I know 60 degree, I can calculate this distance. In this triangle, I know 87, I know 30 degrees, I can calculate from here to here. The distance traveled by the balloon is this much, equals from here to here minus from here to here. Very simple problem. Okay. Sometimes, suppose to cover this distance, if it takes 30 seconds, what is the speed? The distance covered divided by the given time gives the speed of the balloon. So you should be able to calculate not only the position of the distance traveled by the balloon, also if you are given time, in how much time this travels this distance, in that case you can find the speed also. So there are two types of questions which can appear from this. So let us try to find out the distance traveled by the balloon by suitable drawing. Let's solve it on the board. Question number 14. These two are the this is a balloon here and which is moving the horizontal direction. So girl's height here, it is 1.2 meter. From the eyes, angle of elevation of the balloon is 60 degrees and after some time it decreases to 30 degrees. Okay. So AB, height of the girl, and what else? I'll mark certain positions now. AB, C, D, E, F. This is how I'll mark, because I'm interested only in this triangle and this triangle. That's all, because EC is the distance traveled by the balloon. In order to find out EC, I'll apply once tan 30 in this triangle and I'll apply tan 60 in this triangle. So BE minus BC gives CE, which is the distance traveled by the balloon. What I know here, from here to here, it is 88.2 meter. But 1.2 meter is to be subtracted from here, and therefore I get this distance as 88.2 meter minus 1.2 meter, which is equal to 87 meter. So B, C, D, C to D, it is 87 meter. If I know one side, I can calculate BC. If I know one side 87 meter, I can calculate BE. BE minus BC gives CE, the distance between the two balloons, or the distance traveled by the balloon in particular time. In triangle DCB, tan 60 degrees is equal to DC by BC. DC is 87 meter divided by BC. What is tan 60? Root 3 equals 87 by BC, implies BC equals 87 by root 3 into root 3 by root 3. So BC equals 87 root 3 by 3, which equals 29 root 3 meter. So I got BC equals 29 root 3 meter. 1. In triangle BFE, tan 30 degrees equals 87 FE divided by BE, which is equal to 87 divided by BE. What is tan 30? 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 equals 87 by BE, implies BE equals 87 root 3, 87 root 3 meter. This is 2 here. Therefore, distance traveled by balloon is given by CE equals BE minus BC. How much is BE? 87 root 3 minus BC 29 root 3. 29 root 3. So 87 minus 29, 87 minus 29, 58 root 3, 58, 87 root 3 minus root 3, correct? So what is common here? Root 3 common, 87 minus 29, 58 root 3 meter, and therefore CE equals 58 root 3 meter should be the answer. Correct it is. Now 1.732, if you want to find out further, you multiply that and get it. Thing is, suppose if it takes 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes from 60 degrees to 30 degrees. What is the speed of the balloon? This distance divided by 30 seconds gives you the speed of the balloon. I hope you understand. So make a note of this. Question number 15. Please mark it. There are many ways to solve this problem. I am solving by a simple method, no speed, time and all. I am solving by a very simple method. But in many solutions, you find that this problem is solved by considering the speed of the ship, speed of the car, basically speed of the car and all. I will not take any speed of the car. In simple terms, I will try to solve this. A straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. There is a highway that leads to foot of the tower. A man standing on the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees, which is approaching the foot of the tower with uniform speed. Speed is constant, speed is not changing. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. Earlier 30 degrees, farther, after some time, angle of depression changes to 60 degrees, means this has approached towards the tower in 6 seconds. Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. When the angle of elevation was 60 degrees, from that point to the foot of the tower, what is the time taken by the car? This is the question. Let us draw the diagram, then it is very clear. This is a tower here. From the top of the tower, a person is observing these two cars. Angle of depression is 30 degree for this car, and it is moving with a constant speed, and after some time the angle of depression becomes 60 degrees. So angle of depression changes from 30 degrees to 60 degrees. Okay, and the car is moving with the uniform speed. Now the question here is, what is the time taken by the car from this position? Time taken by the car to reach from this point to the foot of the tower. From this point to the foot of the tower, what is the time taken? Is the question asked. क्या information दिया है or else? A straight highway leads to the man standing on the which is approaching foot of the tower. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression. That's fine. Let this be h. H be the height of the tower. Now, this distance CD, what we'll do here is, in simple terms, this distance, let in 6 seconds it will move a distance of CD. Let that distance be x. The angle of depression of the car is 30 degrees. In 6 seconds, angle of depression changes to 60 degrees. So initially car is here. After 6 seconds, car is here. Angle of depressions and angle of elevations are same now in these cases, because if this is 30, this is 30, this is 60, this is 60. Now, from this position to this position, the car has taken 6 seconds. So let the distance traveled by the car in 6 seconds is equal to x, which is CD. Now let the distance traveled by the car dB be y. I can find later this distance, the time taken to cover distance y, I can find later. Okay, so x is the distance traveled by the car in 6 seconds. Y is the distance traveled to reach the foot of the tower from position D. I hope this point is very clear for you. Now let us see here, in triangle ACB, let h be the height of the tower. Okay, in triangle ACB, tan 30 equals h by x plus y, implies 1 by root 3 equals h by x plus y, implies h equals x plus y root 3, x plus y by root 3, mark it 1. In both the triangles h is common, so either by substitution or by equating, I should be able to get the relation between x and y. Very important. There are 3 unknowns here, but I can get a very good relation between x and y. After that one, it is possible to solve the problem. So that h is equal to x plus y by root 3. In triangle ABD, tan 60 equals h by y. Therefore h equals y tan 60, which is y times root 3 or root 3 times y. So h equals root 3 times y. Simple. This is 2. Substitute h is equal to root 3y from 1 and 2. From 1 and 2. What I am doing here is h equals this, h equals this. Therefore, root 3 times y equals root 3 times y equals x plus y by root 3. X plus y by root 3. So, root 3 into root 3, 3y equals x plus y. So, 3y minus y equals x. So, 2y equals x or y equals x by 2. Now, I know the distance y here. I have to calculate the time taken to cover the distance y. That is the question asked. To cover x distance, car takes 6 seconds. To cover y distance, how many seconds the car takes? That is the question. So, it is by unitary method I am going to take unitary method. If x is the distance, then y is half the distance. So, if car takes 6 seconds to cover x, then time taken to cover y equals x by 2. X distance 6 seconds. Half the distance, how much? Taken to cover y is equal to x by 2 is, how do we calculate here? Distance, time. For your information, I am working. I could have simply written 3 seconds because to cover x it takes 6 seconds. To cover x by 2, half the distance, it takes half the time. I could have written 3 seconds, but for your information, I am applying unitary method now. Distance covered x, time is 6 seconds. Distance covered y is how many seconds? That is the question mark, isn't it? So, what variable should I put here? T I'll say, t seconds. Now, cross multiply because these are directly proportional. 6y is equal to x into t, but I want t here. T is equal to 6y by x, which is equal to 6 times y is how much? X by 2. X by 2 divided by x, which is equal to 6x divided by 2x. X cancels, 2 1s are 2 3s are, which is 3 seconds. This is by unitary method. But आपका common sense होना चाहिए. If the car is moving with a constant speed, it takes 6 seconds to cover x distance, and therefore to cover half the distance x by 2, it takes 3 seconds. So directly time taken to cover y is equal to x by 2 is 3 seconds. My answer is here itself. That's all. I will not work out. This is for only you people to understand distance and time. Let x distance is covered in 6 seconds, y distance be covered in t seconds. Cross multiply, find out t equals 3 seconds. I hope you are able to understand. Now, if you can solve this by taking, let the speed of the car be x, then this distance dc will be speed into time. If the car speed is x, if time is 6, then this becomes 6x here. Try that way yourself. So make a note. It's a very simple. Here important thing is the distance x here and this is y here. These are not the speeds or the times. I'm solving this problem by taking simple distances x and y, and everything is in x and y only. Finally, I established the relationship between this distance and this distance. Time taken for x distance is 6 seconds. What is the time taken for y distance? This is what I have worked it out. So make a note of this. Last question 16. The angles of elevation of top of a tower from 2 points at a distance of 4 meter and 9 meter from the base of the tower and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Prove that the height of the tower is 6 meter. Let us solve on the board. this is the diagram here. AB is the tower of height h. Angle of elevations are complementary when viewed when angle of elevations are complementary when viewed from 4 meter from the foot of the tower and when viewed from 9 meter from the foot of the tower. Means C is at a distance of 4 meter from A, D is 9 meter from A. So when viewed from C, let angle be theta. When viewed from 9, it will be complementary 90 minus theta. But this you can change also. If this one you assume as theta and this can be 90 minus theta, it will not make any difference. You work out on the other way around. You consider this as theta and this as 90 minus theta and check out yourself whether you are going to get the same answer or not. So I need to prove here h is equal to 6. So let's see whether I get h equals 6 or not here. In this triangle, tan theta is equal to, in triangle ABC, tan theta equals h by 4. Tan theta equals h by 4 meter. So let this be 1. In triangle ABD, tan of 90 minus theta equals tan of 90 minus theta equals h by 9. Second, multiply these two, or one can we'll do one thing. Tan 90 minus theta is cot theta, which is h by 9 because complementary angle. Tan 90 minus theta equals cot theta, and therefore cot theta is equal to h by 9. This I'll make it as 2. Okay. So from 1 and 2, multiplying 1 and 2, I'll get, multiply 1 and 2. I'll put that so that you will understand. Multiply 1 and 2. What you get multiplying 1 and 2? Tan theta into cot theta. Tan theta into cot theta equals h by 4 into h by 9. H by 4 into h by 9. So tan theta into cot theta is 1, which is equal to h square by 36, and therefore h square equals 36. H equals under root of 36, not plus or minus, because we are calculating the length of the triangles or the distances basically. So which is equal to 6. Therefore h is equal to 6 meter. Hence proved. Yes, dear students, I have solved almost all the numericals of your NCERT textbook chapter. 16 numericals over here in the exercise, and nearly almost all the example sums except the last 2 example sums which I had asked you to solve. I hope you must have done that. This chapter is complete in all respects. There are a few problems in R.D. Sharma which are 3-dimensional problems. So if time permits, I would like to discuss that. And one more is there is a balloon problem. I'll try to discuss those few problems in my live session, and please try to remind me. So note down all these numericals, solve all the exercise numericals, and especially for trigonometry, practice makes you perfect. If you are not practicing, believe me, trigonometry will be the second toughest chapter after triangles in NCERT textbook mathematics. And therefore, this concept of difficulty is here in the mind, not actually. And therefore, practice makes you perfect. Study a lot and practice more and more numericals. Don't be lagging behind. I have seen many students lag behind the lectures. There is no use. You should be up to date and ask the questions. You should be much ahead of me. In fact, that way I would like to put it. As a students, your endeavor should be to cover more and more portions compared to me and ask more and more questions. So that's how you need to study. Anyway, we have completed applications of trigonometry in all respects, and I'll be taking up a new chapter in my next lecture. Thank you very much for watching.